Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy was a famous English novelist and poet. He was born in Dorset, England, in 1840. Hardy was the oldest of 4 children. He was born very small, and at first people thought he was dead. As a child, he was often ill. He spent a year at the village school at age 8 and then moved on to schools in Dorchester, a nearby town, where he studied Latin, French, German, and mathematics. Hardy was a small man, only a little over 150 centimeters tall. His mother taught him to love books and his father taught him to play the violin. In 1856, he started working for John Hicks, a local architect. Shortly before his 22nd birthday, he moved to London. There he also worked as an architect. In 1867, Hardy returned to Dorset. In the 1860s, Hardy began writing poems and novels. Dorset was very important for Hardy's books. In 1874, Hardy published Far from the Madding Crowd, a novel which takes place there. The book was successful and made him famous. Hardy continued to write novels set in Dorset. He called it Wessex in his books. He even drew a map of Wessex with the names of the villages and towns in which his stories take place. In 1874, Hardy married Emma Gifford. With his wife, he traveled to Germany, France, and Italy, and he built Maxgate near Dorchester, where he lived from 1886 until his death. However, the marriage was not a happy one. Hardy went on to write more novels, for example, The Return of the Native or The Mayor of Casterbridge. One of his most famous books is Tess of the D'Urbervilles. In 1912, Hardy's wife suddenly died. In 1914, he married Florence Emily Dugdale, who was 38 years younger than him. Hardy continued writing poetry until his death. He lived in Dorset but sometimes visited London. Thomas Hardy died in 1928 at the age of 87. His heart was buried in Stinsford with his first wife.